Hello. So here we go again. I think I found some new questions for you today as well. So we'll try some different ones, but I've got both sets, so maybe we can try both. There's some what if questions today. What if this happened? What would you do? What if that happened? And I've got my pad and I've got my pen. So I'm all ready to write down everything that I notice. Hello. Hello, Jose. Hi. Welcome back.
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Are you ready this morning? Are you ready to go?
Yes, I'm ready. Yes.
Okay, let's get straight to it then. So, screen share. And we've got the what if questions. This is quite an interesting one. Let's have a go at this. Oh, and there's one thing I've forgotten. One thing I've forgotten is to have the words for you. So I'm going to find some words for you first of all. Let's try. They're called associations. So here we've got some. Now let me see if I can see the screen. Yeah, so Jose, can you see 5 words? Jose?
Yes.
Best. Can you read them?
Yes. Family. Yes. Best family. Matchstick. Meal. Front.
Front. Yeah. So you know these words. Do you know matchstick? Do you?
No, I don't know what is.
Well, you know, sometimes if you're a smoker, you use a match, and you look. It's a little tiny thing. It's a little piece of wood, but smaller than this. And you, if you're very strong and you have lots of hair, you can strike a match like this, and whoosh, a flame comes, fire, and you can. A match is a little piece of wood to make fire.
Okay.
Matchstick. So here we have it, the words. What we're looking for is one word that goes with all of those words. So I want one word which will connect with best, family, matchstick, milk and front. But it makes a kind of word pair. So the word goes with best. Actually, this one, it goes best something, and then family something, and matchstick something, milk something. So every time this word comes after the word. The matchstick one, I'll give you a clue. Sometimes children draw them. So they draw little figures, and they're not drawn to look lifelike. They are drawn just with lines. And they are called matchstick what? Okay, number 4. This man delivers. I used the word man. Man is the word. Best man. What is a best man?
No idea.
At a wedding. Best man. So one man is getting married, and there will be a best man who goes with him, and he will hold the rings safely or do other things like this. So, and there are often 2 girls that go to the wedding too. What are they called? They dress up, they're sometimes young.
Yeah, I know, but I know what you're referring to, but I don't know the word in English.
Bridesmaids. They are. And a family man is what? What exactly do you think a family man is?
The man who brings money to the family. I don't know.
Oh, that's one thing probably that a family man will do. But a family man is a man who's that way orientated. He will think about his family and be part of the family. So some men are not like that. So we've just got a milkman, we know that. A matchstick man. What is a matchstick man?
Who sell milk?
A milkman is the man who delivers the milk to you, yes. He comes to the door in England and leaves the milk outside your house. But it could be somebody who sells milk. A matchstick man, that's the special kind of drawing. You can draw a man. You draw one line, 2 lines for the legs, 2 lines for the arms, and a little circle. That's called a matchstick man. What is a front man? Can you give me an example of a front man?
Front man. No idea.
This could be, for example, in a performance on stage. So somebody who takes the lead role, speaking to the audience, will be a front man.
Okay, for example, Bono is the front man of U2.
Yes, that's a good example.
Okay.
Your topic, Jose.
What, please?
Your topic is, if you could be an animal, what animal would you choose to be?
I would like to be a dog.
Woof woof. Okay, why? Tell me something about that.
Because it's a pet animal. I think the dog is good with the people and with other animals. I think it's good to be a dog. They are friendly and they are very nice, and they have a lot of responsibility.
Responsibility, dogs, really? I think that they don't have any
I
responsibility.
think so.
They lie down and they relax.
They keep your house, they keep your things, they keep a lot. And when you don't see, the people don't see, they guide to the people.
Yes, they do that out of love, don't they? Yes. Any particular breed of dog?
No, I don't have any brave. I don't.
I like some kinds of dogs more than others.
There are a lot of kinds, but
And do you like them all?
I don't like the in Spain pig food. I don't like, but the other dogs I like.
And do you like all of those little dogs? I'm not a great fan of Yorkshire Terriers, West Highland Terriers, Jack Russells, these little dogs, Chihuahuas.
Yes, I like.
You do? Aha, interesting. Yes. Well, I always wanted to be a dog, but someday, a while ago, I had to go to see the doctor about it. The doctor said, well, how long have you wanted to be a dog? And I said, well, long time. He said, how long exactly? I said, well, ever since I was a puppy. Anyway, let's choose. So that was good, Jose. You spoke quite well. I didn't note down any mistakes, so I don't know how you're doing so well with your English, because you seem to have improved so quickly. I don't know why, well, but you really have. So let's go to Ida now.
Okay.
And let's see what we've got here. So first of all, change those words. And change these words. So here's your topic. We'll have a look at the topic first so that it sinks in. Can you read the topic?
if you could change one thing in the world, what would it be?
Yeah, that's a hard one, isn't it? So that's your topic, and here are the 4 words for you. So what's the connection between the 4 words?
Spring, bad. Mm.
Flavor, patch, spring, and rings.
No idea.
So any clue at all? Can you
What
see
does
anything
mean
about
pat?
this?
What does mean pat?
A patch could be different things. For example, it could be an eye patch, like a pirate covers one eye. A patch is sometimes a name for a dog, because sometimes a dog has white fur but some part of it is black. So that part which is black is called a patch. And sometimes if you say, this is my patch, you mean my area. So a patch is sometimes on jeans. If you have a hole in your jeans, you put a patch on it, an extra piece of denim sewed round to fix the hole. That's called a patch. So patch here could be patch means a small part of ground in the garden or a field. So we're looking for something to eat. Spring, rings. It's a kind of vegetable in it, and it has rings.
A kind of vegetable. Onion.
Yes, but how do you say that word?
Onion?
Onion.
Onion.
Onion. Yes, onion. So it is an onion. So we've got onion rings.
Yeah.
You know, when you slice the onion, they make rings.
Yeah.
And a spring onion is a kind of onion where you eat mostly the green shoots, and the base of the onion part is just a small white base bulb. But
Yeah, I know what onion is, yeah.
And a patch is the place where it grows, an onion patch. You could have a cabbage patch, a small part of the ground where you grow it. And flavour, yes. You know, the trouble with onions, though, I used to find the problem with onions is when you cut them up, have you noticed that it makes your eyes water? You start crying.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you cut onions. Well, recently I discovered the solution to this. When you're cutting up onions, try not to get emotionally attached to them. So, your topic. If you could change one thing in the world, what would it be?
Well, if I could say one thing in the world that I have, in fact, thought a lot of times is the fact of working so much. I mean, we have the routine of working at least 5 days per week and just resting during the weekends. So my question is, why don't do differently? Why don't do work just for 3 or 4 days and rest in 3 days? If everybody will be happier, isn't it? So I think it's just stupid to work so much because life is so short, and I think that we will enjoy more life. Everybody likes to have more holidays, and so at the same time we can solve the problem of unemployment and that kind of things if we divide the work we have to do amongst all the people. It will be easier and everybody will be happier, I think.
Yeah, you know, I think so. I think that there's a lot to be said for some kind of job sharing where today we have more part-time work because we can't really give the old-fashioned full-time employment to a limited number of people, and we need to share work and do more. There's lots of work to be done as well. I agree with you. Okay, yeah. 2 sentences then. One, you said, I'm going to write here, why don't do differently. There was a missing pronoun in there. I don't know. I didn't catch it. But was it there? I didn't hear it.
Why don't do differently?
Yes, you said why don't do differently. But you need a pronoun somewhere.
Why don't do differently?
Well, that's exactly as I've written it now, but I think it should be why don't we do it differently?
Okay.
Because when you say why don't do differently, yeah, it should be why don't we do it differently?
Yeah.
So that's going to be a double question mark then. And the next one reminded me of a girl I used to work with in London. In London, I worked in an office, and there was a girl who was not a native speaker, and she made one mistake, which is a common mistake, but I haven't heard you make it before, but I'm going to tell you the sentence.
Okay, perfect.
She had a nickname because she used to make this mistake. Everybody will be happier, isn't it? Now, the girl's nickname became Isn't It, because she would always put the isn't it at the end of the question tag, every time. But with question tags, we have to look at the modal verb, and we have to...
Want it? Or...
Won't is getting closer. Won't is the modal, which we have to reflect into negative.
Wouldn't.
So everybody won't. Will be happier, won't.
Want it?
Won't they?
One day, yeah, because we're talking about everybody. Yeah.
This is a good idea, because, you know, Ada, what I should do tomorrow is get out my drills for question tag practice. I don't know if you've done them before with me.
No.
It's very interesting. I'll give you one quick example now. So I make a statement with a question tag. So,
yeah.
For example, it's raining today. No, I can't say the weather, because you can't know whether it's true or not. But I can tell you something about the day, because we're all in Europe. So I can say, it's Wednesday today, isn't it? And you can agree with me. How would you agree with me? It's Wednesday today, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes. And how would you disagree with me?
No, it isn't.
Right. And now, if I make a sentence, see if you can disagree with me. Buses don't run on Saturdays, do they?
No, they doesn't. No, they don't. Sorry.
You've agreed with me, though.
No,
because I said buses don't run on Saturdays, do they? And you said no, they don't. So you're actually agreeing with me.
Yes, I am agreeing with you.
Yeah. So how would you disagree with me if I say
yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. Yeah. And I have an exercise about that, but we can try that next time. Anyway, well done. That was good. So Jose, back to you again. So let's change the topic. So if you would be a superhero, you know what they are. A superhero, something like from a comic book or from TV, can be Spanish if you like. Anybody, superhero, somebody from fiction, even from a book. Then who would it be? And your words before you do it. We've done that one. We've done that one yesterday. So I'm going to click again. Oh dear, I need more of these. There should be hundreds of these. Here, business, puzzle, suit, spider. That one's got me at the moment. I'm looking. Ida, can you think of anything?
I think that I guess what it is.
You think you can?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I don't know.
Okay, Ida, what's your idea about it?
Spider-Man, businessman.
Man is man, yeah.
Man, puzzle man.
But how does man go with puzzle and suit?
Sweet man.
Puzzle
sweet
man
is not a sweet man. Is like a sweet, but just for man, not
Suit.
for women.
I've heard of menswear and men's suits, but a suit, man's suit, yeah. I'm not sure man is the answer. It definitely goes with spider, and it definitely goes with business. But I have to check.
Big business, big puzzle. I don't know.
Big goes with business, doesn't it? But big goes generally with words
Yeah,
anyway.
with any word, yeah.
But I don't think it goes with puzzle that much. I've heard of a difficult puzzle. Well, I'll think about that one. I'll come back to that. So let's go to the what if. So, Jose, if you could be a superhero, which superhero would you be?
I could be Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, because they help all the people, and he helped the people, and he doesn't happen things, bad things, and he doesn't happen dangerous things for all the people. He's very brave. He fly, um, and he is a good person for all the people. He he helped a lot of people.
Yes. Can you tell me anything he's ever done?
Repeat, please.
Can you tell me one thing that Spider-Man has ever done?
He saved the people. In what?
Where does he live?
I don't know now.
Sometimes they live in a kind of fictional city, don't they? Not a real city. I know Batman lives in Gotham City.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever watched Spider-Man?
Yes, in the cartoons and in the movies.
I watched a little bit with my boys were watching it, but I didn't watch it all. I think I remember that his name is he the one that's name is Parker? Because they all have real life characters, and they have their own superhero character, and suddenly they change from one character to another. Like Superman started that. He had a real character in real life, and then he was a superhero too. Yes. Okay, that's good. So let's go for a refresh on that one. That was good speaking as well. Great. Now this is an interesting one. For Ida, if you could commit any crime and get away with it, what would you do? And let's see if we can.
We have a new student. Maybe it's his turn.
Oh, okay. Let's give it to him then. I didn't see because I'm looking at the screen. And okay, well I'll see if he's there. Just a moment. Nadia, hi there. Didn't see you coming in. Hello.
Hi, Leon.
Hi there. So then, first thing we're going to do is look at those three words. Can you see them?
Mm-hmm.
So, actually, the first word is interesting for pronunciation because it's not the same as finger. The NG make one sound. So, how do you read those three words?
Hanger or top.
Yes, that's right. There's no kind of g sound in hanger. It's like singer. I know the word singer. People in Liverpool will say singer, but it's not supposed to have a g sound, really. So hanger. What is hanger?
I have to look up. I think
there are two actually. There are two kinds of hangers, but they might have different spellings. This one is one of them, and there's another one which has an AR at the end. Hanger, hanger. Yes, one is for putting your coats and clothes in the wardrobe.
Mm-hmm.
And one is another spelling, I believe, for a building for an aircraft. An aircraft hangar. So now, look at those three words and tell me what you think. Is there a word which connects with all of them?
Maybe it's a plane.
I'm thinking about that. Top plane, plane top, fall, plane. And I think actually the plane hanger has a different spelling. Let's check for the plane hanger.
But it's the same. It's sort of a hook which can hold a plane. It's a hanger. I'm looking at
This is
my
the
dictionary.
one with a GAR that I've got, but maybe there is another way of spelling it, but I would spell it with HANGAR for putting a plane into a building, and HANGER is one for hanging your clothes on in a wardrobe. So again, we don't have the answer. We have to think about this. Hanger. Coat hanger is a good one. Coat hanger.
Is it okay?
I see the answer. I see the answer. I can give you some clues to get the answer. It's quite difficult because
Fall hanger on.
it's a place. It's something to do with geography, especially quite close to where I live. There are some famous white ones and a castle. If you come across the sea from France to England, the Americans wrote somebody from America wrote a song about it, which was about coming back to England, and the song is "There will be bluebells over the white of Dover." These big things that look like hills which have been cut by the sea, and there's a big drop, and you see the white chalk, and it's also a man's name. And you can stand... Cliff, yes.
Cliff.
So how does it go? Cliffhanger. I don't know if you know what a cliffhanger is. Well, it's used to describe an exciting situation. For example, if you go to watch a movie, which is a kind of...
Mission Impossible, I remember.
something like that. It could be where you really don't know exactly what's going to happen until the end. And it's not really suspense, but it's a cliffhanger. It's very tense and exciting. And so we can cliff fall and cliff top.
Do you mean this stuff? I have posted the link to the picture in the chat box.
I don't see it. Where have you posted it? Oh yes, I do see it there. Let's have a look what that looks like. That's a cliffhanger, isn't it? Yes. But that's quite literally a cliffhanger. But it's usually used in a non-literal sense to mean excitement for films and things like this, or stories. But yes, it's a cliffhanger because that literally hanging from a cliff is sometimes a situation which you can see in some kind of films, and so that became a kind of cliche for this kind of excitement. Hanger on, yes, a hanger on, somebody who just won't go away and just keeps waiting around for some goodies from you, perhaps.
So you can say, for example, teacher, I like cliffhanger movies or cliffhanger books or strange.
Almost, you can almost get away with that. It's not quite the way people say it, but I think people would understand it if you said movies or books like that, yes. But they probably have another word. Usual noun phrases for movies and things are things like action, romance. Action movie is a very good noun phrase. Cliffhanger is more used as a more descriptive way of speaking about films, but I would understand that. But it's